give people a chance to get the notice. I'm gonna keep this out. I'll probably need it. I'm not gonna cut any fabric, so I'm gonna put away my fabric scissors. Oh, wrong way. Okay, do we have this? Let's see, where's my edge? This is my edge. Okay. I'm just trying to get a good... Alright, this is my frame. This is my frame right here. Right. We're gonna do some pattern drafting, everybody. How's this feeling? Alrighty. Pattern drafting. Get our tools. Get my awesome Fairgate rulers here. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! God, every time. Every time, when you least expect it. That's what happens. Oh boy. Woo. I'm almost tempted to wash this, but this is gonna be, it's gotta be washed on gentle, or maybe by hand or something. I don't know yet. I gotta figure that out. Right, so we got our rulers. I need my paper. I need a marking pen. I'm gonna get some different colors. See if we can get. Okay, let's get my Sharpie fine point. Black. And we're gonna go. How many? Let me just get this out. I'll just bring out all of my pens. So I've got this dark blue, I've got a pink, orange, and black. Right. So if you're watching the rerun, hopefully you'll be able to follow along. I kind of want to get started on this. So where do I have it? I just scanned this. So I did post the scan to the Discord. If you wanted to follow along with what I'm doing, you can do that. Where is this thing? Where did I should just look. It's like 68 or something, isn't it? Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. It's over there on my scanner because I was scanning it. Duh. Hilarious. Carol, you are hilarious. Okay. Right. Very good. Here we go. We're going to follow this. We're going to do all three sizes. And then we're going to see if we could take the difference between all three sizes and see what we come up with. Should be interesting. Might be time consuming, but in the end, if we can get some really nice grading happening, because these sizes, let me tell you, first of all, like my size, and this is, I'm wearing a size, this is actually pretty tight on me now. I used to be okay with wearing a medium from Bodyline. This is a Bodyline dress. So I was okay with wearing medium for a while. I am between a medium and a large for the Otomino Sewing books. And I already know that I am smaller than a lot of the people who want to wear this stuff from Otomino Sewing. So the fact that they only give you small, medium, and the large is like an American medium, is pretty telling as far as who they expect their audience to be. So I'd like to change that. I'd like to use this and use some basic ideas of what I have for grading, see if we can get larger sizes out of the Otomino Sewing books. That's my hope. That's my dream. I want everybody to dress pretty. It doesn't matter what size you are. Yes, okay, I posted. Is that an underbust? I can't quite tell. No, it is not an underbust. Queleth, if you're watching, it is not an underbust. It is an Empire. And I'm doing this too because I have a client that's going to be ordering the Gretel dress, just like the one that I made with the brunch print. And they wanted this exact dress with that exact print, but it needs to be a little bit longer. So not Empire, it needs to be natural waist with a cupcake skirt. And they also did ask for shirring, which this dress does not have. So what I might end up, oh, I don't know if that would work. Unless let's see now. Thinking. Okay, so what I could potentially do is change the bodice so that I would cut off the portion that has the shoulder straps. I would reshape the shoulder straps and probably just attach them. There might have to be some reshaping involved here. She wanted shirring in the back, and I could put the zipper on the side instead. I don't know. I'll have to, I just want to do this. I want to do this first. So we're going to start. I'm going to get my paper. So I'm going to get a nice sheet of paper. You guys, this is just regular banner paper that you get at Staples. It's nice and wide. So it's 30 inches wide. This is one of the reasons why I get this paper, is because it comes in a 30-inch wide format. And you can get butcher paper or medical paper. I've seen that too. But the medical paper only comes, I think the max is 24 inches. 24 inches is okay. It's the length of this ruler. This is a 24-inch ruler. I like it a little bit wider than that. I'm also very spoiled. And I went to fashion design school where we have 60-inch wide paper that we can draft on. So I like mine as wide as I can get it. So this is $7 for 30 feet. No, $7 for 50 feet of 30-inch wide white banner paper. And it's just 20-pound bond. It's the same kind of paper you get in your copy machine paper, printer paper. Alright, so I'm just going to use this one piece of paper. Let's see what we can do. Oh, hello. That down. All right, let me get my iron here. Well, if anyone's late to the party, they haven't missed anything quite yet, so we're still good. There's one person. One person. All right, let's get this iron down real quick. Oh, come on. One of these days. One of these days, Alice. Bing, zoom, straight to the moon. I think I need a longer thing over here. Let's see if I can get it this way. Hello, hello. We're doing pattern drafting, guys. Pattern drafting. I know, it's so exciting. But I feel that if you learn how to do this, you have a lot more freedom in what you can design, what you can modify and make, and you're not limited to just whatever it is that's written in the book. So right now I'm going to do a grading experiment to see if I can get, okay, this is what's happening here. It's getting caught. Getting caught. Get over there. There. Ah. Right. All right. So, I think I want to start with my pencil first. Then again, I guess I don't really need to. Don't really need to. We're following this pattern right here. Posted to the Discord under class materials. I'm going to start with the black. See what we get. I'm going to just go ahead and do the small size. And I'm just going to focus on the front of the bodice for now. So let's see. Oh, let me get my metric. So we have our little scaffolding here. So 15. Oh no, we're doing small size is on the top. The small size is usually the smaller number in that cluster. So starting here at the bottom, this is our 0 point right here. Yeah, it's not an underbust, no. It is Ampere. We are going to do 14.5. Okay. So 14.5 is here. It's 14.5. Right. Out of curiosity, I mean it's a half a centimeter difference. So this goes up by a half a centimeter. I'm gonna do, let's just go ahead and do orange for medium. So it's gonna be 15. That's about right. 15. It's 15.5. I'm going to do light blue for large. Oh, that's just 15, not 0.5. We're about to do 0.5. Ugh. 0. 15.0. Okay, and then we're going to go up a half a centimeter again. Now it's 15.5. So by that standard, we know that the difference is 0.5 centimeters. So if I wanted to do a double L according to their sizing standards, I'm going to go ahead and do that in pink. Double L pink. So we'll do 16. It's not in the book, but that's the difference. So we'll see how this looks once it's all put together. Right there. So here's 16. Not any points, just 16. One more, too. I'm going to do what would it be? Well, there's a large and extra large. This will be the 2X? 0.5 again. Now, usually when you get into the much larger sizes, there is a larger difference. But according to this, all three sizes are just changed by 0.5 centimeters. Okay. I don't know if you can see that pretty well. I don't know why you can see that. Can you see what I'm doing? Sort of? Okay. Wide shot table. Here, how about that? Is it? Yeah. Have it on. Oh, you could barely see that. I need better cameras, guys. Okay, so we're gonna do, this is a small, medium, large. This is an extra large, I guess. We're inventing a new size. We're inventing 2 new sizes, actually. Extra large and 2XL. Or maybe just 2L. We'll just do 2L. So I think that's how it's written. 2L. So LL and 2L, I don't know how to, extra large and 2L. It sounds better than 2X or 2X large, or I don't know. I'm trying to be polite in the way that I call these sizes. Right, okay. So this is the first one. How about we just go ahead and start with just drafting the entire small size. So I'm going to keep going here. So from this point, the X, from the black mark that I did, the S is, I think, what I was going to say. We're going to do 18. Right, okay. 18 from here. Alright, that's going to be the very top of our scaffolding. So, squaring this across, we want to go 10.2. Now, the neckline usually changes less than the rest of the bodice, just because of the way people tend to grow. So we're not going to do an even distribution of all the numbers. It's not all going to be 0.5. The 0.5 is only usually when we're talking about the waistline or the side seams. So here we're doing 10.2. And I got so many things in the way. 10.2. Here we go. This is 10.2, and then 5.1. Right? Right. 5.1. And when I'm squaring this, I'm making sure that the bottom and the top of my measurement is matched, so that I know that this is completely straight according to this line that I'm using as my guideline. Okay, so here we have 10.2, and then from that point it's 5.1. All right, there is no difference between the way that this is dropped. So this is going to be dropped 2.3 universally, and because this is metric, I don't need to measure it exactly at wherever the 2.3 is. I can just count 2 centimeters, and then 0.3 is here. So that's where we drop our shoulder, and we're gonna do a little diagonal meeting these 2 lines together. There. Right. So now, let's see. Okay. Okay. So from this top line down, it's 13.1. Which is here. So between this black mark and this one is going to be where the facing is shaped. From here, we're going to do 7.8. 7.8. Like that. and then this is going to match up to here. It's going to go all the way down, and it's kind of curved. This because this side panel incorporates the shoulder strap. Oh, there's 3 people watching. Why don't you say hi? I'm all lonely. 6.2 down here. Okay, 6.2. And there is no difference in the dart. Of course, these are going to be drafted out later. I'm going to be doing this so that then maybe I could trace over my established lines and do the necessary modifications, like taking out this dart that's in there. So I'm going to do that later. I'm not worried about that right now. 2.3 is the size of the dart. Okay, that's how wide that dart is. 2.3. And then the length between, let's see, length between here and the underbust is 22. Using this first line. Okay, 22. So that's going to be the very end. That's the underarm, the bottom of the armhole. Now it is drafted initially straight down, so we're just going to square that down. Looks like it's pretty even. Okay. Oh my, Discord. Pin tucks are so finicky. I'm seriously done with them forever. Oh no! KDYCU, K-Daisu? Daisu, I wish I knew, like, how to pronounce that name, but she's on Discord and, talking about pin tucks. Hey, Jack. Hey there, does the book include the angles? Yes, let me get to that. This is what I call the scaffolding that they give you first. This is like the basic dimensions of the bodice. And then afterwards, we're going to be using our curved rulers. Like, this is the armhole ruler, this is the hip curve ruler, to give it the curves that it needs. So right now I'm just putting down the points. This is an experiment in pattern grading, so I don't know if that interests you. I find it interesting. So the armhole is shaped in here, and we're going to be doing just one line. So I already dropped the shoulder. We're just meeting the points that we already established. Here we're going to be using our hip curve ruler. So let's see. From this point going up, it's 7.2. So from here, we're going to square out 5 centimeters. Right here. Right? 2 centimeters down here. Okay, this is the basic idea. So now using our armhole ruler, we're going to match this point, this one, and this one, and see if we can get the curve of this armhole where it needs to go. Sometimes if it's easier, you could put pins or use an awl or something like the end of your pen to make sure that you're going to be within these confines. And it's okay if this part ends up finishing the curve right at the bottom, because we still need some of that squared off anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there's our armhole. Okay. So that's the armhole. The way that the way that this works is kind of funny, but essentially what we want is this part to be rather straight and the top part to be curved, to be meeting this end. You can straighten it out a little bit if you want to, but we really want to hit those points. Okay, so there's one part of the side panel, the side bodice piece, and then I'm gonna give a few more things here. So at 3 centimeters down, which is about here, this goes across. Let me just make sure that I did that right. It's 3 centimeters down on the, yeah, that's about right. That is about right here. This top line of the way we're going to shape this, it's squared with the side. Okay. This opening that we're going to be closing to give this shape, it is 3 centimeters wide. So again, 3 centimeters right there. And we're going to meet these 2 points. Ta-da! Okay. So I know for sure that this now is going to be meeting somewhere right here. We can curve it out if we wanted to, just to give it a little bit more shape. Something like that. This is also going to get curved naturally when we cut this part out and fold the fabric or fold the paper together. So that's going to pronounce this side seam. So anyway, this is already just the basic shape of the front of the bodice. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take the next size up. I'm using orange. I really hope you can see this because I think it's important. I wonder how well it looks when I do, let's see, close up. Is that any better? Can you see that okay? I'm curious to see how that looks. Yeah, okay, that looks better. You can see that. So this is the small size in black. Now I'm going to be using the medium size. So when we measured up from here, we already measured 15 instead of 4.5. And this differentiation is by 0.5 centimeters. So each size goes up, and I added the last two, the double L and the 2L, which I still don't think is a good way of labeling these sizes, but an XL and 2L, maybe that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know, you tell me, what would be a better label? Okay, so now I'm going to go up. I'm going to do the same measurements. I'm going to go starting here. I already did 15. So from the orange, we're going to go up 18.5, and so it looks like all of this grows by 0.5 on each section. So, okay, 18.5 this time. And we're just using that same guideline because the center front, the center back don't change too much. 18.5. So the next size is right here. Now going across this way, it's less of a change. So instead of 0.5, it looks like it's only maybe 0.3. So okay, 10.5. So 10.5 is here. Right here. And then the next one is 5.2. Okay. Now again, it drops the same amount, so it's just 2.3 centimeters. So we have 1, 2, and 0.3 is right there. Okay. And yeah, there is a differentiation between the width of here and as well as how far it goes down. So down from here, we do 13.5. And it is 8 instead of 7.8. Let me just make sure. 7.8, yeah, just 8. So here. So I did not draft the facings on these. Just so you know. Alright, so down at the bottom, we're going to go down this way. Originally it was 6.2 right here, and we're going to do 6.5. So the dart moves over, or the princess seam moves over, as one would expect. That's pretty typical of pattern grading. And the dart itself remains the same, so it's still going to be 2.3 wide. Right there. Okay, the entire length, which we measured here before, we're going to go now and measure that at, this was originally 22 here, yeah, and so now it's going to be 23 wide. So the bottom of the armhole moved up and over. Okay. Luckily, this is going to be on archive videos for a little while, so you'll be able to see this later and like rewind back and go like, what the heck's going on? Okay, so we did that. We need to do our straight down line. This is not a measurement, this is just getting a squared line down. You know, one way that I've actually managed to get pretty even distribution of this line is if I take this top measurement, because we just have to use this other guideline squared down, I'm going to take this was 23, I'm going to measure the same thing on the bottom line that I know is square, right there, and then I know these 2 points should be exactly the same and should be straight. That actually looks pretty good. Okay. So you can sort of see now how this is growing. Let's see, what's the next one? So we are going to match our line here. Okay, and then moving up this way, it's 7.5 this time. 7.5. Moved up a little bit and over. And squaring this, we're moving it down 5.3 on the medium size. Not just 5, but 5.3. 5.3 is here. Right. We don't have any change in the way that it moves in, so it's still at 2 centimeters here. Still goes the same width, like that. So we're going to be doing our armhole again. And we can do that same trick. We need to put it in these confines right here. This is our guideline. So match our, we're going for the orange this time. Okay. And we're gonna match, we know that our dart moved over right down here, and we want to make sure that we meet this. We can do this again if you wanted. We know it needs to go there. We know it needs to go here and meet down here. So it's got a slight curve to it. Okay. That's looking pretty good right there. It's not actually too different. So far, it's not too different. So these two measurements for this dart don't change. It's 3 centimeters down. And then just square that across to meet that princess line. Right there. 3 centimeters open that we're going to close later. Right there. And we just meet these 2 points. Connect the dots. That's really all this is. Okay. I think I got all of that. Oh, I did not get that part. So we did a very slight curve. Here is our, where we need to meet it. It's supposed to kind of meet down there. And it does get like worked out when this part is closed because it needs to be traced again. In any case, not too bad. Cool. So that's the medium size. Let's keep going. We're doing our large size. Okay, so our large size now. We already measured 15.5. From this, we're going to go up 19. These both change by 0.5. 19 from the blue. We're doing blue now. Right? 19 from the blue. Okay. So 10.9 now going across this way. 10.9 is here, so it's a big difference now. This way, 10.9. Then we have 5.4. Okay, this is still the same, so it's just 2.3. And then this gets connected. So that's our new shoulder. Let's see. I think I moved down this way. 13.9 from the top down. 13.9. It's about right here. So 13.9 down and across 8.3, which isn't too much of a difference from before. .3 across. Now we'll take this and we'll go straight across. We'll do the same thing down here, just like I did before, which is, the new measurement is 24.5. So it went from 1 centimeter difference to 1.5 centimeters difference. So now it's 24.5. And that's that difference. As you start going up higher in number, you don't see too much of a change around the neckline, but you do see more of a grade going out. It says 5.4 and 10.9 at the top, yeah. So that's here. This is 10.9. From this point, it's 5.4. So this, I'm going across all the way. This is underneath, this is the bottom of the armhole that's going to be shown in a second. 24.5. 24.5 is there. So we're going to do this from our blue line. And also I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom so that I can match those measurements for our straight line first, and then everything else gets drafted. There, okay. So here's our side seam now. So that's the difference now between our side seams. So, let's see. Choo. So this, again, this side seam doesn't change. It's still going to be open by 2 centimeters. Moved in. And so I think I just went too far. Okay, this gets connected. Now the difference of here, we measure from the bottom to go up. For this one, it's 7.8. 0.3 centimeter difference. 7.8. And squaring in 5.7. 5.7 is here. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I see where you get the 5.4, but what is the 10.9? The 10.9, are you looking at the diagram that I posted? This diagram, I scanned it. So 10.9 is right here. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's when you start to move over, like you start, okay, so I start measuring, this is my 0. This is 0.0 right here. And so I move up, I start going around like this. I start with this section and use that number and go up from the point to here. And then once I get to the top, which is shown here at the top of the scaffolding, from that point I measure 10.9. And then from this 10.9 finishing point, I move over 5.4. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, I already answered that. Sorry. I know this can be confusing, so I'm trying my best to clarify. So I'm going to do that same thing. Use these pins for my guide points and see what we come up with my armhole. Okay. Okay, and we did not measure where the dart moved off to, so starting from point 0, we move over 6.9. So we're going to move this over from here, 6.9. It's almost 7 centimeters. 6.9, and it's still open the same amount, so 2.3. The dart size doesn't change, just the position. Okay. Alright, so for this, same thing. This is very helpful. I'm glad, I'm so glad. I want everybody to be able to do this, and even though it's not necessarily in everybody's wheelhouse, seeing it sometimes makes patterns make more sense. So, okay, putting it here. I'm going to use my hip curve ruler to find the perfect balance. So I hit every one of these points. Okay. Same thing here for the side, these darts that are going to get closed eventually. The measurement going down doesn't change, so it's still 3 centimeters. And it's still going to be 3 centimeters open. So I'm going to square this across until it meets my new princess seam here. And then 3 centimeters down from the diagonal that we did, we're going to just connect those dots. Okay. Oh, that's, my pen's running out. Why though? Why you do this? Okay, that's better. And then, yeah, it's going to be right there. We need this one just to get the new just a little bit below it. So there are the 3 main sizes that are found in the Otomino sewing book. Just those, these are the basics. So now the question is, can we figure out larger sizes based on the differences that the 3 sizes given to us tell us we have? So we'll have to do a little maths and work this out. So the next size is the XL, and that's going to be in pink. So first of all, I might need this. I'm going to need my calculator. My calculator. Right. We know that the differences between all 3 sizes here on the side measurements going up is 0.5. So we already added that to our first measurement. So 0.5 was added to the last size available as a large here. So by that account too, the next sizes are different by 0.5. It starts at 18, added 0.5, and then goes to 19. So logically, in that sequence, we would have 19.5 as the next measurement. Let's see what this looks like if we do our maths right. So 19.5. This is going to be an XL. 19.5 from our new 16 centimeter measurement from point 0. So this is 19.5. Okay, so now from here, usually I go like kind of like this. I just follow the numbers around in a circle. So 19.5, this is our starting point now when we're squaring it across this way. And my thing is coming off the camera. So now we have the sequence of change. It starts at 10.2, goes to 10.5 for the medium, and then goes 10.9. So it added 0.3 and then 0.4. So perhaps by that sequence, we would add 0.5 to the next size. Seems to be adding a millimeter to the measurement with every step of size. So let's try it. So if it's 10.9 and we wanted to add 0.5, then that's 11.4. Let's see what happens when we put in 11.4 as per the sequence that it gives us. Okay, that's 11.4. So from here, we're going to measure one more time, squaring with this guideline. The differences are 5.1, starting with the small, 5.1, 5.2, and then 5.4. So it added 1 millimeter, and then it added 2 millimeters. So by that account, would we add 3 millimeters to the next size? Okay. This is an experiment for a reason. So if it's 1, 2, and 4, and then so it would be 7, right? 4 plus 3 is 7. So 5.7. Here. 5.7. Sure. Okay, whatever. Still going to be the same amount down. It's usually the same angle. So we're going down 2.3. Here, I'll just get it in the middle somewhere. It's not hard to see 2.3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right there. We connect these dots for our shoulder. Weird. Unless it's because it's growing. I don't know. So, for all intents and purposes, this should be shifting this way. But for some reason, I have this, and it's probably the measurements that I'm choosing here. I'm trying to do some maths. You think it would be the same each time? Crazy Lolita math. Actually, it's not even just Lolita stuff. This is pattern drafting. So I'm just trying an experiment, just trying to use the differences that they have. But there is like a formula to it. There is a method to the madness in pattern drafting and grading. Strange. Did I do something wrong? Oh, I did. Did I? Did I really? 10.9. Oh, my fault. It's my fault. I did it. It was me. I did it. No. This is totally my fault, and I know what I did wrong, and I am chagrined. I've made that way too long. I don't know what I was thinking. It was supposed to be 10.9, and I did a whole centimeter difference. That's my bad. My bad. So that throws this off. So if it's here, let me just read. This is a large, 10.9. So this is actually 10.9. I'm so sorry. Yeah, 10.9, 5.4. 5.4 is here. Oh my gosh, do I feel sheepish? This should probably be on the same plane, but I'll just, whatever. See, we all make mistakes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here. So this is the actual line that I was supposed to be looking at. So in that case, this is correct. Okay, I need to do something about the correction. This is already getting crazy lines. We're getting a case of crazy lines right here. Which also means that that is wrong. I'm gonna get, I don't know, bright red, which, I don't know. This is definitely gonna throw off my, I just want you guys to be able to see this better. So here and here is the corrected, oh my god, corrected large. Try to compensate for this tip. Yeah, that works, okay. Can't believe I did that. This stuff down here should be right. It was really just thrown off up here. So this armhole needs to be redone. So in which case this needs to be redone. It actually looks like that. The measurement should be pretty close as far as this guy here. It's going to be 7.8. Right here, 7.8 is meh. Right there. And then the guideline goes in 5.7. I'm correcting my large. Darn it. 5.7. Here. 5.7 is here. Okay. Oh my god. I am so sorry. And I did it in pen. Marker. Crap. Sometimes there is a way of adjusting, but I'm not going to do that right now. This is simply an experiment. Okay, and then this can be shaped. This is correct. This line is not correct. So we have to fix that. So the new line is here. Oh, that looked a little curvy. Oh, and then down here. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Okay. Looks a little better. Yeah, that looks like more like what it's supposed to look like. And then, of course, there is this line. Goes in this way. Dart. V. Here. And then here. And then this one. Okay. Got a nap before work tonight. I will rewatch the stream. Have a great stream, though. Thank you, Jack. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I do really hope that this is somewhat useful, despite mistakes being made. An attempt was made, but you have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm just going to keep going. Yeah, so you can sort of see the way that this is going up and over. This is basically the whole grading process. It goes, when you're grading up, it goes up and out, or out and up by a certain amount here. So what I'm doing at first is seeing if I can add the same sequence of numbers, the same differences of numbers based on previous numbers. So this remains the same. This adds, let's see, it was 0.3 and then 0.4, so 0.5 in the next one, which was 0.5 here. This one adds 1, 2, and 3 millimeters to each other sequence. So we left off up here. That's what we're doing. Yay, pattern grading. Okay, so where did we leave off? Because I'm like, that doesn't look right. But now it looks right because I corrected it with the red line here that you see. So now this looks correct. Okay. So the distance and width, starting here going across, it starts with a difference of 1 centimeter. And then it goes from 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters. I don't think, would it be fair to say that the next size up is 2 centimeters in width? I wonder what, let's just see what happens. Because that seems like a lot. And usually you kind of stick with the same formula between a certain size. So you do like 0.5 up until a point, like between sizes 1 and 12, and then starting at 12 you start with a whole 1.5 centimeters between those sizes. So I'm just gonna go with the sequence here. So 1 centimeter difference between small and medium, and then 1.5 centimeter difference between medium and large. So if I added 2 centimeters, that would give me 26.5 centimeters. Seems like a lot. 26.5. Let's just see what it looks like. For science! 26.5. So we'll do the same thing down here. 26.5. And meet these up. And we have, yep, this one. This pink is running out too. Gosh darn it, I thought I just got these not that long ago. Yeah, so don't pay attention to the blue line there. That is wrong. That looks wonky as all get out. Also, so we did that. The measurement going down from the top to get the neckline, let's see, 13.1, 13.5, so they added 0.4 or 4 millimeters. And then from 5 to 9, 4 millimeters. So it looks like we'll just keep it at an additional 4 millimeters for the next size. So if it's 4 millimeters, that's going to give me 14.3. 14.3 right here. Yeah, that looks about right. That's just about the right difference. Almost continuously. And then the measurement of the neckline, the difference usually doesn't change too much with necklines. So we have 7.8, another 2 millimeters, so 8, another 3 millimeters, so 8.3. So does that mean that we put 4 millimeters in the next one, which means 8.7? Let's see what that looks like. 8.7 going across. Probably. Looks about right. Okay. How about the bottom? The difference here, right here, 6.2 is small, 6.5, so 3 millimeter difference. For medium, another, let's see, 4 millimeters, so it's the same. It's almost the same. Oh no, it's not. It does change a little bit. So 3, 4, then 5 millimeters, so in that case it would be 7.4. 7.4. Right there. Yeah, that seems to be about the same difference that we're getting. Same distance between this dart opening, so it's not going to change. It's always 2.3. Yeah, that's correct. That's 2.3. Same here. It's 3 centimeters down. Oh, and we do the, what is it, 2 centimeter difference? So the 2 centimeters actually for this guy is right there. It's 3 centimeters down. And I should probably put in the curve for the arm. So starting here. Here. And here. Nope. It's gotta be up here. That's about right. Okay, we haven't really done the armhole yet, so let me just get this out. Okay, 3 centimeters open. Oh, that's hard to see. And then we're gonna do just a little bit below. I really feel like my pens are running out. And the armhole. So the differences for the armhole is 7.2 for small, 7.5, so 3 millimeters difference for medium, 7.8, 3 millimeters again. So we're just going to add 3 millimeters. So in that case, that's going to be 8.1. Looks about right. And then the depth is 5.3, so 4 millimeters for the next one, 5.7. So let's do, if we did an additional 5 to 5.7, that's going to be 6.2. Okay. So we're going to start there. We're going to start right here. And let's see. This might be one of those situations where I have to kind of maneuver. I'm going to do this section first, and then I'm going to move this. It's a little bit of a mess with that light blue in there looking all wrong, but these are correct. Now this is correct, going this way. Starting with black, orange, red now, and pink. So the last one, did we do it all? Yeah, I think so. The last one is the dark blue, a 2L. Okay. So we know that the 2L starts at 16.5. And that is my estimate. So if it's 16.5 and we're adding 0.5 to 19.5, so that's going to be 20. 20 from 16.5. That's about right. Going across, the differences were 0.2 is small, 0.5 is medium, so 3 millimeters difference, 4 millimeters difference, 5 millimeters difference, so 6 millimeters difference now to this measurement would be 11.9. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, plus 4, and then plus 5 to this measurement. So plus 5 to 7 is 12 to 6.2. So let's see, 1, 4, and 4. So we're adding 4 centimeters to each one going down. I didn't write down what that was. So if it's 13.9 plus 4, and we decided that was 14.3. So this is 14.3. then plus 4 millimeters is 14.7. That still looks about right. 14.7. So, okay. 7.8, 8, which is a difference of 2 millimeters. 8.3, 3 millimeters. Then 4 millimeters was going this way. 4 millimeters was 8.7. And then, so 5 millimeters plus 7, so that's 9.2. 9.2. Also, this was 6.2. And then this one was, what did I say it was? 11.7? Yeah. Just working this out. So my idea for this would be to use these lines, color-coded as they are, and then redraw them in Adobe Illustrator. Just an idea. I'd be curious to test these measurements with people. Let's see. So where are we? Thinking. So we did this, we did the neckline. We need to measure across to get the bottom of our armhole. So, okay, this is where I think I need to stop adding. So the difference was 1 centimeter from small to medium, 1.5 centimeters from medium to large. I did 2 centimeters for the large to extra large, but I'm going to keep it at 2 centimeters just to see what happens, because it's not typical that you just keep adding each one that you go up to. There's a formula to follow. So if I got this at 26.5, I think is what my measurement was, so I'm going to write that over here is 26.5. I'm going to keep that at the 2 centimeter additional measurement. So then 26.5 becomes then 28.5 from this line. 28.5. Okay, 28.5. 28.5 from the bottom as well, so that we got a nice even squared line. 28.5, we're going to make this nice straight line. It goes in 2 centimeters, so it's going to meet up right exactly with the previous one here. Uh, 3 centimeters down again, does not change. 3 centimeters. So we have our 3, oh, we don't have the dart. So what did we say it was? 2 to 5 is 3, to 9 is 4. So 4, and then so we added 5, so we got 7.1. for the large, right? Or did we? The extra large. So this is 6.9 plus 5 is 7.4, right? Plus 6 then, which would make it 7.9. That makes it look pretty on the spot. So there's our beginning, so we're doing 2.3, 2.3, yay, math! I hate math, by the way. I hate it. But this is fascinating to me in that I always wanted to see if I could do this. To make larger sizes than just the 3 in the book. So the difference here, so this is our dart now. It's moved over. It's moving by an increment of 0.5 pretty much nearly every time, except between small and medium. It moved by 0.3, then 0.5 going into the larger sizes. So now that we have the dart for the waistline, I am going to do the princess line, which is here, here, ending here, and then we're going to use our hip curve ruler. So far it's looking right. It's looking like it should, but the real test is making something from these now created larger sizes to see if it actually is the right shape. It seems to be growing in the way that most patterns do, so. So now that we have this line, I'm going to go across to meet it with the princess line. And then we're going to do this, which starts here. Okay. And then use this. We're just going to get that little guy right there. And give it a little bit of a curve. Something like that. Armhole. Our armhole here. So I did not write down the differences. Let's see, it went 0.2 to 0.5, which is 3, to 0.8, which is 3, so it remains at 3 increments. So then it was 8.1. You know, I could just measure it. Duh. Yeah, 8.1. And so if it's just increments of 3, then it's going to be 8.4. Here. For the depth, it's 3, 4, 5, and then I guess 6. So 5 made it 6.2, 6 makes it 6.8. Right here. And here is again where I'm probably going to have to move this guy in such a way so I can get there. It is a shoulder seam, or it is a shoulder strap where it's supposed to be. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Well, I think that's basically it. That's pretty much what I came up with. If we created two other sizes larger using the basis of the 3 size that it has, this is sort of what it looks like. Now, I don't like the shapes that we get of the armhole in the larger sizes, and that also could be because the side seams are not supposed to grow quite that much. So I probably should have kept it at, it's just the 1.5. So I should have added just an additional 1.5, which would have given me 25, so 26, straight 26 instead of the 0.5. So that would have landed me closer here, and same for this one. The difference between this is a little too great. So I'm not getting the shape the way that I need it to. It should be a little bit shorter. In any case, it is interesting to see the way that it grows. And you can sort of see the way that these points, these are our points that we would be looking for when we're drafting a pattern or when we're grading a pattern. So when we're moving, if we have our base pattern, we would be moving it this way and this way to meet the point, going over and up, over and up, over and up. It's still the same. This is too much here because I didn't do that right, but this is the essential principle of the matter. This is how it works. Okay, I think that's it for me today. I think I'm good. I'm gonna have to figure out what I need to do to clean this thing, just to make sure it is all spick and span and ready for my clients. And in the meantime, I will see you guys tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow's Thursday. Another work day, as it is. So thank you for joining me on this experiment adventure. And if you're watching on the video on demand, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this, or it inspires you to try your own experiment, and probably better than the way I did it here. So thank you for joining me one way or another, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.